Hi there, it's my prep here. And I get on, I do a little channel surfing, and I see some so-called debates on who will survive in an shtf or wrol event. The intelligent or the layman, the aristocrats or the layman, or the blue collar versus the white collar workers, the smart versus the non-smarts. I just, different ones. The bottom line is when it happens, it isn't going to matter how intelligent you are or how dumb you are. When it comes down to it, it matters with common sense. Now, there is people who are very intelligent. It has a yellow streak runs down their back, 10 miles long, and that applies also to the layman or the blue collar workers, the non-intelligent workers, or whatever you want to say. It don't really matter. It is not going to matter. I've seen people who are highly intelligent. They can do stuff. They can read. They know things like that, but not an ounce of common sense. Don't know how to do anything else. They have a problem relating to people. Some of them do. They can sit there and deal with complex situations, but they can't figure out simple situations. It can vary. I've been around blue collar people. I've been around people who had limited abilities, had a mind of a child that could build things from nothing, had common sense in them. And it goes both ways. I've met a lot of them that doesn't have an ounce of common sense, not an ounce. They can work with their hands. They have the ability to do these things. They can build things. They can design things. They can create things. But that's as far as it goes. They don't have an ounce of common sense on whether they need to go out in the rain and take a bath or stay inside. I mean, it's just the choice there. If in a shtf situation or a wrol situation and it's raining outside and you haven't had a bath in a while, they cannot decide which they want to do. It's raining out there. How do I get washed up? How do I get cleaned up? Well, you can step out there with a bar of soap if you got it, or you can simply just stand out there for a bit, let the water run on you, get yourself good and wet, take your wet clothes off, hang them off somewhere, let them drip dry, and get some of the dirt off of it, as well as getting some of the dirt off yourself. It's kind of yay and nay on it. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter whether you're got a 300 IQ or a 60 IQ. People are going to starve just the same level. If they have no knowledge on what foods to look for, if they have no knowledge on how to build a fire, if they have no knowledge how to build shelter or any of the other things, they're at the same level. You ever watch these movies showing up this guy with with a suitcase, and in that suitcase is full of money. They're just guarding that with their life because that's money. That's theirs. And they turn around. They say, help me, save me, help me. And, someone will reach out and help them and save them, help them. And then it turns right around. That very people that was helping him or her and saving her, and then they're needing that person to pull them out of quicksand or something other or whatever it is, or the monsters are coming. They turn around and leave them there. They don't take the hand. They don't pull them out of the mud. They don't pull them out of the quicksand. They don't get them out of the traps. They don't do any of that for them. But that very person that saved their lives not too long before that, they're leaving them. So it don't matter. I mean, this is what you see in a lot of the movies. But it doesn't matter if they're intelligent or if they're not. It doesn't matter if they have no common sense, if they have no knowledge on how to survive. They're still going to be at that level. They're going to have to figure out how to make do. Many of them will starve to death. And there'll be food all around them, and they do not know how to survive. They don't know how to make their own teeth. They don't know how to harvest food. They don't know how to fish. They don't know how to cook anything. They don't know how to build a fire. It don't matter. And you're going to have yellowback people in intelligent levels. You're going to have yellowback people in the working levels. The non-intelligent, someone with the mind of a child might have more common sense and more backbone in them than someone here who has a capacity of high intelligence. So it doesn't really matter when it's shtf or wrol. It doesn't matter. I see several channels when I'm surfing that's making comments of, well, who would make it? Who would do that? Well, this one here can't do that, and this one here wouldn't be able to do that. Well, yeah, there's a lot of these people that are into the computer age, into the electronics, into the offices, and their hands does not have any calluses on them at all. They've never had to do anything hard in their life except push, push, push for what they're good at. So it's a big change going from that one lifestyle to the other. But the thing is, same thing, same with the blue collar workers, no different there, is the blue collar workers and those who are on welfare, those who live on the streets or don't work or whatever the deal is, many of them has no knowledge. These people here, the white collars or the blue collars or the welfare or many of the people who are handicapped and disabled has no knowledge on how to survive. They have no knowledge also. It doesn't really matter what happens. There's going to be no difference. Doesn't matter if you think these people here, because they're smart, are going to survive, or you think these people are going to survive. It isn't going to matter. Just as many here and just as many here is going to be equal. So the question is of common sense. The question is whether they got a yellow backbone. For some reason or other, cowards seem to run away. They'll leave you in a heartbeat, but they're the first ones that holler for you. You'll sit there and watch a show showing a serial killer. He's killing all these people. You see him on live TV. He makes a deal so he don't get killed. So he makes a deal that I'll tell you where the body's buried, so because I don't want to die. But he didn't think twice about killing that person. He didn't care about taking and snuffing that person's life out and creating problems for the other families. He didn't care. But when it comes to him or her life, she'll tell them where the bodies are because they really got a yellow streak down their back because when it comes to them, they don't want to die. So and it's just the bottom line here. You're going to have just as many cowards in this group as you are in this group, and you're going to have just as many good ones in this group as you are in that group. It is not going to matter when SHTF or WROL vent. I see these things when I'm channel surfing. I mean, not just I see them in blogs. I see them on, different channels. I see them on different programs and things. Trying to compare the difference between them. Well, they're smart, so they can figure things out that this one can't, but not necessarily so. I've seen people here, they might not be able to measure one thing, but they got hit this. They got common sense and they can build things from nothing. They can figure out things from nothing. I've seen people here that are smart as all get out, but not 1 ounce of common sense. They can't even put a pair of matching socks on. They can't figure it out. They lose everything. They can't. You ever seen the movie Absent Minded Professor? Well, that's the way a lot of them are. But that's the same token here. So when it comes down to it, they are going to be even at SHTF, WORL event. It is not going to be a question on who's going to survive. It isn't going to matter. Both sides could survive just as equally. So to me, there's no this one better or that one better. It's going to be this. So this life prep here, I want you to be safe, be happy. Bless you all.